The objective for this lesson is to use place value disks to represent 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. So what that means is we're going to multiply a 2-digit number, let's say 32, by a 1-digit number. So you might have a problem that looks like that, or of course it could be written like that, side by side. So the reason using a place value chart and disks helps is it makes the multiplication easier. So instead of looking at a big number like 32, you're going to break your number into really small numbers that are easy for you to multiply. So what you would do is, let's take this one because it's easier to see, 32 times 3. So what you do is you take your big number, 32, and you put the correct number of disks in the right place value. So for instance, right, start with the smallest. I think it's easiest, the smallest place value. So that's 2, right? 2 is in the ones place. So I'd put 2 disks in the ones place. Now I have 3 in the tens place. I have 3 tens. So I'm like 1, 2, 3. All right, so you're going to put your big number, your multi-digit, or in this case 2-digit number, in the place value chart. Now you're multiplying it by 3, right? So all that means is, like if you did 1-digit multiplication that you did long ago, right? 3 times 2 just means 2 3s, right? 2 3s, isn't that equal to 6? And that's equal to 6. So what you're doing at the place value chart is the smaller number, the single digit number, tells you how many times to copy those disks. So in the ones place, you have 2 1s. Now you need 2 1s 3 times, right? And you do the same thing with the tens. Here's one row of tens. Well, I need 3 groups of tens. So now you basically have done your 32 3 times. So now all you have to do is count. So in the ones place, you have 6 1s. In the tens place, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it, you're done. 9 tens is 90, 6 1s is 6, 32 times 3 is 96. All right? So what I want you to try is, I'm going to give you a problem. On a piece of paper, I want you to draw a place value chart like that, and actually, yeah, like that. And I want you to solve this problem. I'm going to give you one that's not too crazy. Let's do 43 times 2. And I know a lot of you can do this in your head, but I want you to practice using the place value chart and disks, because we're going to get some really big numbers soon. And trust me, it's really going to make it easier. So try that on a place value chart. All right, so hopefully you took your 43, and since you have 3 1s, hopefully you did that. And you have 4 10s, and you want 2 sets of each, right? Times 2. So there's 2 sets of 3, and now I have 2 sets of my 4s. Now all you have to do is count. 6, 8, answer is 86. All right, next, I'm going to show you one more problem, this time where you are going to end up carrying things over. And what I mean by that is, if you're going to have a multiplication problem like, let's say we have 73 times 3. All right, I'll show you, not that it's hard, I'll show you bigger numbers and I'll give you one that's easier, or smaller numbers. So same thing. Take my 3 ones, take my 7 tens. I need 3 groups. It's going to take me a little while to draw, and it's noisy. All right, so now I just count. Ones are easier because I have a single digit. But when I count at my tens, I have 21 tens. I can't have 2 digits in one place value. So here's what I mean by carrying over. So what you do is you take the number that's in front or to the left and you push it over here to the hundreds. Okay? You can move the discs over. You don't have to, though. You can just take that number and slide it over, right? So that 2 is no longer there. So now you're finished, though. You just write the numbers next to each other. It's 219. So I want you to try one like that. I'll leave this right there for you. I want you to try, let's do 42 times 4. Use a place value chart and solve 42 times 4. All right, so I left that picture up there for you to use if you wanted, but now I'm gonna erase because I'm gonna use this to show you the answer. So, same steps. I have 2 ones, I have 4 tens, and I want 4 groups of each. There's 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. And now I have 4 groups of 4 here. So I count my ones, and I have 8, and I count my tens, and I have 16, but I can't have 2 digits in the same place value. So hopefully you move that 1 over here. Since you moved it, disappears from there, and now you end up with 168. All right. Again, some of you are great at multiplication. Right now, you still might not be thinking you need a place value chart and discs, but trust me, when we get really big numbers, you might want to use this as a strategy because it really makes the multiplying a little bit easier. So as always, if you didn't quite